Hi, my name is Goldman. I'm the director and owner of Goldman and Associates. Our firm focuses primarily on family law with alternative focuses in criminal law and injury work. If you have an interest in those areas of law, or you have a case and you want to get some information about it, of course, watch our videos, subscribe to our channel for that information. Today I want to talk about what you do if you're falsely accused of domestic violence. Now, you got to understand one thing, that the definition of domestic violence may be different to your way of thinking than it is to the law. You may just think that, if you're arguing or something like that, and maybe somebody sort of, grabs somebody, not in a violent way, but just, sort of as a function of emphasis, you may think that that's just normal. But the truth of the matter is that could very well violate domestic violence rules, because really any harmful or offensive touching to the person of another is considered a battery. And a battery is part and parcel of what makes up a domestic violence. And plus, if a neighbor just hears an argument and they don't know what's going on, they may just call the police. In other words, it might not be the alleged victim of the domestic violence, but the police can get involved anyway on something that, maybe was blown completely out of proportion. So the question then becomes, what do you do if you're innocent? Well, assuming that you're innocent by definition of the law, the only thing you can do to try to resolve these things is to get an experienced attorney to help you out. And what that attorney will do is he or she will file an appearance before the court. There will be a pretrial conference. They will advocate before the prosecutor, the officer in charge, and ultimately the judge that there was no domestic violence, that there's not going to be a victim coming forward, that you're not guilty, and demand a trial date. What will happen is, ultimately, if the person who's the victim agrees with your position and doesn't want you in trouble and doesn't show up, when that case comes to trial, it's going to die on the vine, because the prosecutor's not going to really be able to go forward with it if there's no victim. I suppose theoretically they could, if there was a 911 call, they could use that, they could try other things, but as a practical matter, they're not going to be more worried about the case than the victim is. And the victim doesn't show up, a lot of those cases are just dismissed. The court grants the motion of the defense attorney, because how are they going to go forward without a complaining witness? So I think if you're accused of this, the best thing to do is immediately hire a lawyer so they can advocate and push your position forward. And if worse comes to worse and they can't get it resolved, try your case. Go before the jury. Let them prove that you are guilty and you have violated these statutes, and deal with the consequences of that. But that's really the only way to handle a situation where you're charged with domestic violence and you are innocent of those charges. If you have any questions about this, or you want to further follow up, of course, call us immediately and we'll be glad to help you out.